Hornets loss. You said we gave them one. I gave them one. You corrected yourself. We got to get that back. Was this straight up a revenge game for you?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say a revenge game. A revenge game would be a bit of a stretch. I would say it's just me coming out and making it right. Trying to do whatever I can to help this team get a win, and can't just forget about what happened last week. So I wouldn't call it a revenge game.
What does the new career high in assists mean to you?
It means my teammates are playing well, and it means we're getting better. I think earlier on in the year there was a lot of things that I wouldn't see that I would see that other guys weren't seeing. But with the repetition, with the time together, guys are starting to see that. Kelly Oubre has been fantastic cutting off the ball. Wiggs, obviously, I can always find Steph somewhere. Wise coming and putting that pressure on the rim. So it just means my teammates are playing well.
This is the first time you guys have won 3 in a row. Do you feel like you're kind of generating a little wave of momentum?
Definitely. You can feel the confidence growing. You can feel, when we step out there on the floor, you just feel better about it. Going into the game, everybody's better, understanding the game plan better and executing the game plan better. So, I definitely think we're starting to build some momentum. We got to continue to do that.
You said that. James Hill with Black News Channel. Would you say you guys are gelling right now?
I think we got a long ways to go and a lot of room for growth. Like I said before, I just think we're starting to figure it out. We're starting to learn how to play off of each other, play to the next guy's strengths. And, we're using each other to get it done. In the first 10 games or so of the season, there was a lot of all of us trying to get it done ourselves. We're learning how to use each other, and, it's making our team a lot better.
Hi, Draymond. It's Jeannie McCauley from AP. Sorry, my camera's not working today.
Oh, good. Hello.
Hi, Draymond. How much fun was that early with connecting with Kelly on those dunks, and how much did that sort of get you in a nice rhythm dishing off there?
It got me in a great rhythm, and it was very fun. Because I've been telling Kelly, hey, man, if you cut, I'll find you. Your guys step up. If you cut, I'll find you. And he's figuring it out, and he's not, like I said, he's not just cutting. They're timely cuts. They're at the, he's cutting at the right moment. He's reading the game. And so, I obviously I had a great game passing the ball, but, a lot of that was, is due to Kelly putting the pressure on the rim that he was putting on the rim.
You said before that it was your time at Michigan that you kind of learned the value of setting screens. Who taught you just the value of being a good passer, or what assisting can open up to? Michigan State.
I think I've always been a pretty good passer. And my uncle, he didn't necessarily teach me how to pass. He taught me how to read the game of basketball, and my Uncle Benny, I think, when it comes to teaching kids how to play and teaching them, how to see the floor and help side defense, like, it goes back to my upbringing and my uncle actually taking the time and teaching us the game. A lot of coaches, they, as kids, they take the ball, they roll the balls out and say, hey, let's go play, and, you don't necessarily learn the game. We would go 2-3 weeks of practice and really not scrimmage. It's more so drills and help side defense and back screen, back cuts and, different stuff like that. So I got to give a lot of credit to my Uncle Benny. He really just taught me how to read the floor and how to understand the game of basketball and take what the defense is giving you.
Kind of my follow-up on that is passing something that you can learn, or is it just a skill that you kind of develop over time?
I think you can definitely learn how to pass. I've seen guys do it. Klay Thompson couldn't throw a pocket pass when I first got here, and in my opinion, he's probably the best pocket passer in the league now. So I definitely think you can learn it. The question is, do guys ever want to learn it? Because for most people, passing the ball or getting assists is not as exciting as scoring. So I'm not sure if everybody really wants to pass, but I don't know. I could be giving guys a little bit too much credit. Maybe you can.
You said a couple weeks ago you felt like you were a couple weeks away from being right physically. A couple weeks later now, do you feel like you're right there and you're now 100% from the start of the season and the injury and everything that went down?
Yeah, I feel amazing. I've been doing a lot of work with Rick Celebrini every day, just really getting the body right. And I was excited as hell to come into this offseason. I really lift, hard with Travell Gaines and my guy James. And I was coming into the season in the best shape I had coming into the season in years. And then obviously, with the injuries and all of that, after sitting for a month, get a little dicey and trying to, get my win back and all of that stuff. And, just really putting the work in with Rick and with Bergie, just doing the work and kind of picking up where I left off in my summer work with Travell Gaines and Travis Walton. Seth and LB been in the gym with me daily on the court. And, it's all starting to come together for me. But, I can't take all the credit for that. There's a lot of guys here and also my guys back in L.A., where I am in off season, that helped me put a lot of work in to, start getting back to the level that I'm accustomed to being at.
Steve described this game as as wild. Do you think that this style of game kind of plays to your guys' strengths at this point?
It was definitely super wild. I think we can definitely play that style, but we also can't turn the ball over 25 times either. So there's a balance. We got to find that balance. And saying that, coming off a long road trip and, coming back home, that game is always tough. We got the win. So, not going to feel bad about getting the win. But, there are some things that we can clean up, and we know that.
Steve said the locker room was quiet after this game, even though you guys won your third consecutive game. It's like nobody was happy because he said you guys could see the ways that you could play better. So what are the elements that could take a good team to a great team?
Taking care of the ball, transition defense are two of the most important things in the NBA. And we didn't do either one of them well tonight. And so, I think if we can shore up those things, which we can, we've played without turning the ball over. We've played great transition defense. We can. But like I said, you can kind of see from the very beginning we were a little off. I had started with a crazy pass and a turnover, and then Steph started with a crazy turnover, and that's how it is coming back from a long road trip. Not, and saying that, we found our way. We're able to build a lead and hold on to it. So, I didn't expect to walk in there and everybody be going crazy that we won 3 in a row. But we all feel like we can get better, and we also didn't close that game out great. So, next game, keep it moving. One win, keep trying to get better.
Draymond, the second unit has had some rough moments this year. What do you do to try and get those guys to where they need to be? What are the keys to those guys getting what you need, giving you what you need?
I think, there are also times where they play very well this year, and especially the start of the season, they were kind of the ones that was keeping us afloat, so I think it's all about finding the right combination. Wise is in that group now a bit, so just kind of finding the right combinations and not necessarily that combination isn't great, but them getting familiar with playing with each other. Wise been back now for 3 games or so. So they'll get more accustomed to playing with each other and they'll be better. But we got faith in that group that they'll be fine.
James obviously had moments, and I think he scored 16 in about 16 minutes, but had mistakes and didn't close. Do you sense some frustration with him that it's not coming maybe as quick as he would like? Do you almost have to have a conversation with him about that?
Like I said before, I think guys are in his ear enough. You know, I don't want to talk to him about everything. I mean, number one, he missed 10 games or something like that? 7, 8 games? 11 games? So that's a setback. You know, that's 11 games of experience that he missed. And in saying that, he's still, what? I mean, we're 34 games in, so he's about, 23 games in? You know, 23 games into his rookie year. All things considered, he's playing damn good. And he'll continue to get better. Is he frustrated? I'm sure he is. I mean, this is the first time in probably his life that he didn't step on the court and just dominate everybody like he wants to dominate them. That takes some adjusting. Now, or he can keep that same mentality, and at some point that's going to come, and he will dominate everybody like he's accustomed to. So, you know, if he get a little frustrated, it is what it is. That's kind of the nature of the game that we play. You know, we all go through those patches where we get frustrated. You know, I think he's playing pretty well.
Draymond, can I tap into your memory a little bit? Tomorrow is the 5-year anniversary of one of the great regular season games of all time in Oklahoma City when Steph hit that shot. What do you remember from that? I know you're a lot older now. Does it feel like 5 years ago? What do you remember from that game?
It definitely doesn't feel like 5 years ago. That game was crazy. I think that's the game I went ballistic, but I'm not. Yeah, I think that's the game I went ballistic. Steph daggered them boys. I felt like I had a great game, too. I think I had 1 point, like 17 assists and 16 rebounds, or 17 rebounds and 6, something like that. That was a fun game. And, you know, I think the most important thing was Steph hitting that dagger. Is that the same game that Andre got fouled on the 3 free throws and made the 3 free throws?
So much happened in that game. That was a great game.
Yeah. Andre in his career, 52% three-point shooting. That dude don't miss in the clutch, though. That's one thing about Dre. He do not miss when it's crunch time. I remember going to that free throw line. They like, oh, he ain't a good free throw shooter. He gonna miss. I'm like, nah, I think he gonna make all of these. Like, that's just Dre. You know what I'm saying? He got that clutch gene. So that was a fun game. Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy night.
5 years ago, huh? That's wild, right?
Man, unbelievable. Time flies. Enjoy life, man. Time flies.